Portanto, boa tarde.
Bom
dia.
tarde.
Okay.
Shanti.
I want to tell you a few interesting things about Portugal today. Okay, I want to begin that way. So there are, as I think we have already said, there are more than 250 million people who speak Portuguese in the world. Okay. Of these, in Portugal, Portugal accounts for only 5% because Portugal has only 10 million people. The large number of people who speak are from Brazil because Brazil's population is more than 215 million or something. So there are lots of people all over the world, much more than in Portugal itself. Okay. Now, Lisbon, many of you may know, suffered a very big earthquake and a tsunami in 1755. So a lot of, especially Lisbon, was destroyed. You know, and it was on November 1st that it happened. On All Saints' Day, in the morning, was the earthquake, and a lot of churches had churches and people's houses also had candles on to pray for the souls. And so the earthquake caused a fire, and then there was a tsunami, and more than 12,000 people were destroyed, drowned, died, and over 60 million people were 12,000 people, I said, and 60,000 people were affected badly. And the king, however, had gone for a holiday. At his daughter's insistence, he had gone for a holiday to a kind of a hill station. So he was saved. The prime minister was saved. The prime minister at that time was a man called Marquês de Pombal. And the prime minister was a very intelligent man. He rebuilt Portugal, rebuilt Lisbon. And that is how the roads, he redesigned the whole city. And at that time, people found that it was, designed in a very extravagant manner. But today, it is very good. The Lisbon is very tourist friendly because of the broad roads and because of the beautiful way it is designed. All the avenues full of lovely trees and all that, the beauty of Portugal was of Lisbon, especially, was due to this Marquês de Pombal. There is a Marquês de Pombal Square. In those who have been there will have definitely seen it. Now, his motto, when they asked him, what are we going to do? He said, there's nothing else we can do. We have to bury the dead and heal the living. So it was a nice way of saying, let's heal the living. And that's what he set out to do and did it very well. Now, Portugal now is considered one of the most peaceful countries in the world. The crime rate is very, very low. It is supposed to be in the global index. It is supposed to be the fourth most peaceful country in the world, behind Iceland, New Zealand, Denmark. The fourth comes Portugal. So the word sossegado. Sossegado is a word which means living a quiet, peaceful, and calm life. Okay? And in the Portuguese penal code, there is a person cannot be sentenced to more than 25 years in prison. Even in the cases of people, in cases of crimes which are multiple or whatever, the maximum sentence is 25 years. And of course, the death penalty is not there, is absolutely not present. And life is peaceful. So that's one thing. And Portugal is also known as the country of tiles. You know, the tiles, the glazed tiles. Uh, Originally, they were put on walls and inside the houses as well as on the outside of the houses. You will find covered houses and facades of railway stations, of markets, of various places like that. It was in order to conserve the heat or conserve the coolness, not for aesthetic purpose actually. Okay, there was no air condition at that time, so glazed tiles were used to make it keep the heat. Now, even now, it is forbidden to demolish buildings which have got glazed tiles. It's called azulejo. 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 Azulejo is the glazed tile that is used on the houses and on the buildings and all railway stations, bus stations. Very, very commonly used. Azulejo. Okay. And yeah, so now that's enough for today. We will go to Lorraine, if you will give us a slide of the common expressions, please. I cannot see. Yeah. Yeah. So I would like all of you to please keep on learning these very well. And at the end of this session today, there's going to be a test. Of course, you will do it at home. But one of the slides is going to be a test, and I'm going to give you that test on the group chat. And I would like each of you to answer for yourselves. You can send it to me, of course, but answer for yourselves. All right? So, how do you introduce yourself or ask for somebody else's name and then answer? Como se chama? Como se chama? Actually, literally, it means how are you called? How are you called? Okay, como se chama? Or what is your name? O que é o seu nome? O que é o seu nome? What is your name? Or how are you called? So you will answer, o meu nome é. O meu nome é. My name is. You remember the word é, is. Okay, the verb to be. So by now, you should be able to say these sentences, these small common expressions and sentences. Okay, o meu nome é. I will send you this on the group chat. So, chamo-me Maria, or whatever your name is. Or my name is Maria. The on the air, from where are you? Where are you from? Okay. The on the air, I am from. How will you say that? So the. You remember the verb to be? Do you remember the verb to be? Eu sou, tu és, ele é. Nós somos, vocês são, Alish sound. I'm saying it in short over here. I hope you know the full forms of with all the pronouns. Eu sou, tu és, você é, ele é, ela é. Nós somos, vocês são, eles são, elas são. So by now you should be, all those who are interested in learning Portuguese, really interested in making progress, should know by now the verbs, the regular verbs and the 3 irregular verbs that I have taken so far. I have taken only ser, that is to be, when you want to express a permanent condition. The verb estar, which is also to be, but in a temporary condition. And the verb to go. I've taken these 3 irregular verbs. So please be thorough with the regular verbs in AR, ER, and IR, the present tense, and the irregular verbs ser, estar, and ir. Okay? So let's continue. So the I am from, that in this case you use the verb ser. So means I am. It's a permanent situation where you are from a certain place. That's it. So, faça favor. Faça favor or se faz favor. Or por favor. All this means please. Okay? So the pronunciations will be given to you so that you can practice. And as and when you can, I would have liked to hear you reading these. Just without the English part, I would like to hear an audio message to me. If you would like to send it to me, it would be nice for me to hear how you sound and maybe give you a few tips if necessary. So the next one is excuse me, is com licença. With actually, literally, it means com licença means with permission. Licença is permission and com is with. Com licença means with your permission, or in other words, excuse me, com licença. Com certeza means certainly, surely. So com certeza or certamente is certainly, surely. Desculpa. Desculpa is I'm sorry. Desculpar is the verb, and this is imperative. Okay? So you say desculpa. Não faz mal. Não faz mal is no harm done. Okay? No problem. In other words, não faz mal is no problem. Next one. Muito obrigada. Muito obrigado. Muito obrigada. You know this already. Thank you very much. Muito means much, very much. Okay? Muito means a lot. There is, I will take it up later. Muito is much, and muitos is many. When you can count, you say muitos. And when you cannot count, you say much. Okay? So the difference between much and many is muito or muita, if you're dealing with a feminine thing, and muitos and muitas for if you're dealing with masculine and feminine respectively. Okay? So, Até a próxima. Até a próxima. Próxima is next. Until the next. That is what it literally means. The equivalent in English is until next time. Até a próxima. Próxima vez. Vez is time. The next time. Próxima vez. So, até a próxima vez. You say it in short, you don't need to say the word vez. So, you only say até a próxima. Okay? So, we go to the next one. You will always have to say from time to time, I don't speak Portuguese. So, não falo português. The other thing, when you want to say I speak Portuguese, would be eu falo português. Or you don't actually, in Portuguese, the pronoun can be omitted. Since each conjugation is separate, when you say falar, you can say eu falo, or you can just say falo. Falo português is enough. In fact, the word eu is not commonly used. When you are speaking to somebody else also, instead of saying tu falas português, you can say falas português, that's enough. That's, in fact, the right way of saying. But if you can also say tu falas português, and also you can similarly say eu falo português, but also more commonly falo português. Falas português is the way you avoid the pronoun. Okay? So, não falo português. Actually, it means eu não falo português. That is the full form is eu não falo português. But the way to be said is não falo português. That is enough to say. Now, onde fica a casa de banho? Where is the bathroom? This is another common question you need to ask. Onde fica a casa de banho? Onde means where. Onde, where. Onde fica. Fica is the verb. Okay? So, ficar, we will take it another time because I have not told you so many things. But onde fica a casa de banho? So, where is the bathroom situated? So, onde fica a casa de banho? So, quanto custa? How much does this cost? Quanto custa? How much does this cost? Then, when you meet someone, when you are introduced to someone, you say, pleased to meet you. So, in other words, here you say muito prazer, which actually means much pleasure. I have much pleasure to meet you. So the way, easier way of saying is muito prazer. So the full form would be, I have much pleasure in meeting you. Muito prazer. Muito is much. Prazer is pleasure. Igualmente. Igualmente is same here. Igual means equal. Igual is equal. Igualmente is equally. Actually, in literal meaning is equally. I told you last time that mente in English is the equivalent of ly. So igualmente is equally, which translates in English to same here. Okay? Certo. Certo means correct. Certo is correct. The next one, yes. Again, certamente. Certamente means certainly. Certamente. I think it was already earlier, maybe I have repeated it. Certamente is certainly. Now you want to say, how are you? One way of saying is como está or como vai. How are you doing? In English, we say sometimes, how are you doing? Or how are you? Or how are you doing? So it means the Portuguese equivalent of that is como vai or como está. Como vai or como está. Then, exatamente. Exactly. So again, here we see the word mente. The ending is mente for ly. So exatamente instead of for exactly. Sim, now, I think you know this. Sim is yes. Now is no. Okay. Eu quero. I want. Very often you need to say, I want this or I want that. Okay. So eu quero. We have not done this verb yet. It's also another irregular verb. To want is querer, which I will take up soon. Eu quero. But a more polite way of saying I want is eu queria. It's actually, literally, it means I wanted. It's or I would like. In English, we say, we don't usually say I want something. We say I would like something. I would like to have something, right? So the same way, the polite way of saying I want is I would like, and that is eu queria. Queria, literally, it means I wanted. A way of saying more politely is by saying I wanted or I would like it. So then there is vamos. Vamos is let's go. Have you come across this word? Vamos. When we did the verb ir, we did eu vou, tu vais, ele, ela, você vai, ele vai, ela vai. Nós vamos, which is we go. Nós vamos. And that's the way we say, let's go, let us go. The way to say it is vamos. So you will come across, you have to learn the common verbs, and then you can definitely manage to speak little by little. You have to start learning them thoroughly and carefully so that we can utilize them in these simple sentences and that way start speaking. Okay? Of course, I am speaking to those who are beginners, as usual. Okay? So, eu sei. This is also another irregular verb which is common. Some verbs that this is not, it is irregular only in a few places. The verb is saber, to know. So, eu sei. Eu sei. So, eu sei means I know. Eu não sei is I don't know. Okay, so again here you don't and always you don't need to say the word eu, that's the pronoun. You only need to say the word say. Say means I know. Okay, now say is I don't know. You don't need to say the pronoun eu every time. Every time, no, you don't need to say it at all. When somebody is telling you something and you want to say, I know, all you need to say is say, yes, I know, say. Okay? It is SEI. Every word, every letter is pronounced always in Portuguese, right? So, you say. I think I did not take this combination of vowels with you, but I will go through them again. But in the meantime, please learn whatever we have done. Lorraine, do we have more sentences here? No. So I think Lorraine has got some sentences now that you will have to learn the Portuguese phrase for this, and you will have to write it by yourself and correct yourself or send it to me. Okay, I would be happy to correct. Can you unmute, please? Can you unmute? Yeah.
Can you please put that up again for the translation sentences?
It will come in the recording.
I will send this whole. To those who are interested, they are all in the Portuguese group, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will send this whole list so that after you study, you can try and see how far you are versed with all the answers. All right?
Okay.
Yeah. So,
how do we write the Sidla and all that? I don't know.
Don't worry about the spelling. In fact, if you could send audio messages to me, I would be very happy.
Important.
Oh, yeah.
Audio is important.
Because you are not answering any exams. What you want is to learn, to speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's much faster to just press on that mic that you have on the right bottom. Press and speak. Okay.
Yes.
So it is quite easy. Once you get used to it, it's quite easy, and I would be happy to correct and to hear. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Adeus. Obrigada.
Adeus.
Obrigada.
Obrigada.
Thank you, Shanti.